Participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are on.
Okay, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling incredible this beautiful morning. This is a free Coaching Friday edition of Good Morning Millionaire. Hopefully, you know by now, or if someone introduced you to this, they explained to you that our whole job is to help you make more money with your business. Our specialty is helping five-figure business owners go to six and six-figure business owners go to seven. That's our stated purpose. That's all we want to do is help you move further, faster, with a lot less effort. And we take questions every time we do Free Coaching Friday from people that wrote in responding to the newsletter. If you don't know about the newsletter, then what you want to do is go to millionaireminded.com, put your name and your email in the box, and that's how you join the newsletter. It's just that simple. And then when you get the newsletter, it's called Entrepreneurship. When you get that newsletter every week, what you're able to do from there is kind of write in, ask us questions, all the things, man, all the things, because our job is helping you grow your business. That's all we care about around here. Sometimes we do it through mindset. Sometimes we do it through heart set. Sometimes we do it through skill set. But what you can count on is that Hazik Ali means business. You hear what I'm saying to you? So it's check-in time right now. Rep your city. Let them know what kind of business you have. Let them know what you do to help other people on the planet. Maybe maybe you don't. But my the beta version, the test version of my first book just now dropped. We put it out on audio. There's an ebook version of it as well. I cannot wait to see what you guys think about it. I'm really excited about where we're going with everything. Appreciate that, Daryl. YouTube gang checking in. Daryl's like, I like this thing. Did you? How you enjoying the book so far, Daryl? Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So, what I want to ask you first, as we're getting into this. Before I get into that. If you have never participated in a newsletter, you don't even know what we're talking about when we say there's a newsletter. It's called Entrepreneurship. It always has three different sections. There's a mindset section that'll adjust your philosophy a bit. There's always a heart set section that'll help you with the fulfillment side of things. And then there's always a skill set section. And the newsletter is split up like that. You can read the whole thing in less than 10 minutes. And, then you have a new technique that you can try. Hazik's technique of the week is always going to be there in the newsletter. And I want to encourage you to try some of it. I think that's where some of these questions come from on Free Coaching Friday. So I love that. Let me ask y'all real quick, man. What is your best way to learn new skills? Would you say that you learn best when you're doing a book, audio, video, or a live event? Can I see that real quick? Somebody give me that in the comments and then maybe give me a share, right? The question I'm asking is, what's your best way to learn new skills? Can somebody type that and share it? Make that your caption and share it. I'd love to get different people's points of view on this. What's your best way to learn new skills? Do you learn best with books? Do you learn best with audio? Do you learn best with video? Or the fourth option is, do you learn better with live events? Do you learn better with live events? Which one would you say you learn best with? Anybody want to share? Anybody want to share? I just realized I accidentally
All
muted.
participants are muted.
Hold up.
All participants are muted and they can unmute themselves.
Okay. So *6 will unmute your line if you're on the live line and you wanted to participate live and in living color. But I see a lot of people are kind of like starting to check in or whatnot. Okay, we got Atlanta checking in. I love that. Make sure you like this thing. Make sure you share it. Spread the word. Give stars, give likes, give comments, give shares. You know what I mean? Also, the birthday bundle is in full effect for today as well. I cannot wait to see what y'all think of the book and everything. All right. So what is your best way of learning new information, right? Is your best way? Some people said live. My man Daryl said he learns better with video so that he can kind of rewind it and visualize the stuff as he's taking it in. What about you? How do you learn best? Very curious to know. All right, because the bottom line is that's absolutely right. I love the answers that we're getting. The bottom line is that, yeah, we know that um, a live event, if we know about the 6 levels of communication that we're always discussing, right? Yeah. What's up with you, Dennis? What's up with you, Dennis? Dennis said live. Okay. Well, we know about a lot of times with live events, if we know about the 6 levels of communication, we know a live event's going to take us all the way to level 6. So that's already going to be helpful. Video is going to be better than audio. Obviously, it's a lot more impressive. We can see the person's tonality, see their energy level and all of that. So that's always really good. And even the written word is good because a lot of times with the written word, now we can start a book of the month club. We can do stuff like that. So a lot of times books are good as well, but I encourage you to try something to bring in new information. I encourage you to try new things so that you can utilize new techniques and change. So our first question of the morning, y'all, somebody wrote in, they were like, when is the best time to leave a voicemail when you're trying to contact a prospect for the first time? When's the best time to leave a voicemail when you're trying to contact a prospect for the first time? Anybody got any thoughts about this? Yeah, I see we still got answers coming in about that survey that we did. Man, Apostle Ray is in the house. Good morning. Yeah, love that. So yeah, my man Damon Ivory said hit that share button. Okay. Naire said hands on. She likes hands on. She likes live events and she likes video. Yeah, I ain't mad at that. Good morning, Donisha. Glad you make it. Yeah, what's up, Willette? So a lot of y'all said live events. A lot of you said live events. Maura said she prefers audio books. I ain't mad at that. So check it out, y'all. Don't trip. Anything is better than nothing. But I will say that live events are going to be best. I will say books are incredible for starting book of the month clubs. Maybe you want to start a book of the month club with our new book that just now dropped. I can't wait to see what y'all think. If you haven't gone to Happy Birthday Hazik yet, then make sure you go check that thing out. All right, so now moving along to the questions, y'all, but I appreciate everybody participating. All right, so the first question that we got was, when is the best time to leave a voicemail when you're trying to contact a prospect for the first time? When is the best time to leave a voicemail when you're trying to reach out to somebody for the first time? So don't overthink this, y'all. Don't overcomplicate it. I know a lot of times we get in a overcomplicating. We call them, we don't get them. Isn't it polite to leave a voicemail? Of course it is. So what are some of the things that we should include in this voicemail message? Well, we should say who we are, right? We should say how we got their number, right? We should talk about why we called. And then this is a dope time for us to slide our offer in, right? This is a dope time for us to slide our offer in. And I know a bunch of you are thinking to yourself, well, yo, if I start talking about my offer, isn't the voicemail message going to get too long? Well, no, because you should have your offer down to 1 or 2 sentences at this point. Am I making sense, everybody? So what if they hear it, Hazik, and it's not for them? They were looking for one of those deals where you invest no money and you get 20% return on your non-existent money. You know what I mean? Or they looking for something where they don't have to talk to people. Well, guess what? Maybe this ain't for them. It's okay. We're probably overthinking it a little bit when we start trying to make our thing for everybody. Check it out. People make decisions extremely quickly. So your whole goal, and you might want to take that class that we do on making offers and whatnot, but the bottom line is people make decisions very, very quickly. You prove it to yourself whenever you get on YouTube and you skip past the commercial in 5 seconds. You prove it whenever you pick up your remote control and you're skimming through channels. You see something on the screen, you're like, not interested. Or you see something that catches your eye and you're like, what's this? You make the decision very, very quickly, and then you back it up with logic. You make the decision with emotion, you back it up with logic. We all do this. So when you're leaving that voicemail, Maura says 11 a.m., 7 p.m. are the best times. I say that the time isn't so much your focus as it is what you're saying. And if you hit those points that we just now said, who you are, how you got their number, right? The purpose of your call, And obviously, that's a great time for you to put in your offer. You're going to be okay. I hope that was helpful. Yeah, this ain't for everybody. This ain't for everybody, Damon. Exactly, exactly. Um, or the way I was taught is SW3. Some will, some won't. So what? Somebody's waiting. You know what I mean? SW4 actually. Some will, some won't. So what? Somebody's waiting. Somebody's praying for this, and that's got to be your mindset. All right. So on that tip right there, somebody kind of asked this in their own way, but I just wanted to break it down because I thought this was just phenomenal. Yo, what's the worst unsolicited cold message that you've seen this whole month? Somebody's talking to cold, or they just putting up a post on their Facebook, or they send you an inbox. What's the worst one you've seen? I got one, y'all, that was like, yo, when you have 37 minutes to spare, please watch this. And it's like, what? What? When I have 37 minutes to spare, that's like a whole episode of Martin plus another third of a show. That's crazy right there, right? Can you imagine? I mean, what planet does this person live on? How could you ask somebody you have no relationship with to give you 37 minutes, to give you 44 minutes so that you can watch a video all about their agenda? It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Can I get a witness, y'all? You know that wouldn't work on you. And then when we hear it now, we kind of want to laugh, but we also feel kind of sad about that, right? We're like, man, this person isn't thinking about their prospect at all. I'm going to tell you something. One of the best things you can do for yourself is write this in your, is understand this concept. Write this in your notes. If I present my solution before you've given me your problem, then what I'm doing is begging. I'm begging. But if I present my solution after you've given me your problem, well, now you're just serving. And everybody ducks a beggar, just like everybody loves a servant. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to say it one more time to make sure you caught it. I'm going to say it one more time to make sure you caught it. Check it out. If you give me your solution before I've shared my problem with you, then what you're doing is you're begging. You might as well have a little tin cup and be panhandling on the side of the road. That's what you're doing if you are not making it about me, your customer, and instead you're making it about you and your bills. What you're doing is begging. You're panhandling. What you've got to get clear in your mind, this is going to help you immensely and immeasurably. You've got to get clear in your mind that at the end of the day, if you wait until I've explained my problem and you dig into my problem thoroughly, you ask me how long I've had my problem. You ask me, how did I end up getting a problem like this? You ask me all the things that make me feel cared for, that make me feel like you care about the problem. You start to lock in that concept of nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. If you will fully listen to me, if you get nothing else from this free coaching Friday, I want you to understand that if you give me your solution before I've shared my problem, you're begging. But if you give me your solution after I've shared my problem, you're serving. Get out of sales and get into service. But you can't be in service unless you know the problem you're solving. Am I making sense to somebody out there? I hope this is making sense. Somebody type this in the comments if you understood. Everybody ducks a beggar. Everybody loves a servant. Can somebody get that to me? Everybody ducks a beggar. Everybody loves a servant. And then share this for me. Everybody ducks a beggar. Everybody loves a servant. You hear what I'm saying to you? All right. I also saw this crazy one, and this is proof. This is proof again of how a lot of times we're not thinking of the prospect. We're just thinking of ourselves. I saw on LinkedIn somebody called themselves a disruption specialist. A disruption specialist. Now, I'm sure that what this person does is redoing how people see their bodies and stuff. Like they're probably resetting people's mindsets. If you've ever seen my TED Talk, right? I get it, right? But check this out, y'all. Do people want to be disrupted, right? Do they enjoy being disrupted? Do you know anybody that they're in the middle of doing something, somebody come along and disrupt them, they enjoy that? Does anybody no, of course they don't, right? So the question is, if I only have one or two words, let's rethink this, because first impressions are everything. Everybody with me? That's right. Pastor Dandridge gets it. Everybody ducks a beggar. Everybody loves a servant. Yeah, Dr. Marilyn. Everybody ducks a beggar. Everybody loves a servant. And what separates the two? How do you keep from being one and be the other one? It's all about the P word. What's the P word, y'all? What is it I have to get if I want to increase my income? What is it I have to make myself aware of if I want to increase rapport? What is it that I need to gather if I want to keep this person along, if I want to keep this person retained as a customer much, much longer, right? It's the P word, y'all. It's problems. Almost, Dr. Marilyn. Almost. Permission is very close. And prescribe ain't bad neither, y'all. But the main thing you need to know is their problem. You got to diagnose before you prescribe. In order to get their permission, I need to know their problem, because everybody ducks a beggar just like everybody loves a servant. It's all about me knowing their problems. It's all about me knowing their problems. It's all about knowing their problems. Can somebody type that out for me? So I'm sure you got it. Listen to me. Hey, Chastity, you got to know their problem. Businesses exist to solve problems, y'all. You know, I always tell this story about if I'm walking down, if I'm selling mink coats, if I got mink coats for sale, right? And I come to the middle of Jamaica and I'm selling my mink coats on the beach. Am I going to make money, y'all? Am I going to make money selling mink coats on the beach? Right? No. Why, Hazik? Because nobody on the beach has the problem that mink coats solve. You got me? Am I making this clear, everybody? I see this over and over and over again. If you'll understand this concept, you ain't got to join my academy. If you understand this concept, you ain't got to do it. But it is all about you knowing their problem first. You've got to know their problem, because everybody ducks a beggar just like everybody loves a servant. Everybody ducks a beggar just like everybody loves a servant. Thank you, Petra. Thank you, Shayla. Hey, Petra, did you get my book yet? Shayla, did you get my book yet? I like that. Gaslight Emporium is like clear. I see what you did there. Okay. Daryl, something clicked on this morning as I really elaborated into this, because you saw all the times you've slipped, right? Where you're like, yo, I told them about it a little bit too early. I knew they needed it, but I jumped into it prematurely because I didn't get their permission. I didn't mind that P word. I didn't mind you saying permission. Whoever said that, I think that was Dr. Marilyn. I didn't mind permission, but how do you get the permission? You remember this. Nobody cares how much you know about solving their problem until they know how much you care about solving their problem. If I don't know their problem, I am stunting my growth economically. All right, y'all. I hope this is making sense. Naire, you get the book yet? Hey, make sure you go to happybirthdayhazik.com. All right, we're going to move on to this next question. All right, somebody was like, how can I get cold prospects to believe my posts and my ads? How can I get cold prospects to believe my posts and my ads? I love that. I appreciate it, Shayla. Man, I can't wait to see what y'all think about this joint. Like, I'm super, super excited. Anybody already been reading the book? Anybody that got it already been digging in that thing, or listening to the audio book, whatever it is? I promise you, I didn't write that book. I channeled that book. That book came through me. That book ain't come to me. That book came through me. It was amazing. Like it basically, wrote itself, to be honest. And then eventually Mr. Les Brown came along and did the forward, or eventually I started having all these accolades where I was able to get in my first year as CMO, we hit the Inc. 5000 list of fastest growing companies in America. Then in my second year, we hit it again. And now I'm in my third year as CMO, and we hit it a third year and hit higher numbers than we've ever hit before, it's a beautiful thing. I think we came in at number 903, not just out of the 5,000 fastest growing businesses in America, but out of the over 8 million private companies in America. And we're talking about private companies that give their employees health insurance, et cetera, so forth. We came in at 903. So pretty cool. But I wrote the book before all of that and outlined exactly the techniques inside the book. So it's called Take It Easy, 75 Rules, Tools, and Unfair Advantages for helping you go further, faster, with less effort in the business of life, right? So it's called Take It Easy because people always ask me, how are you able to do this with no college degree? How are you able to do this with no special skills? And there are things that are more powerful than the visible. There are things that are more powerful than what you can see. You understand? And I'm just really excited about it. I'm really excited about it. Okay, so the next question was, how can I get cold prospects to believe my posts and my ads? Yeah, because we got some incredible offers out there, right? We got some incredible ads. We all got some wonderful things that we say, but it's not what we offer, is it? It's what they believe. So I really love this question. Think about gossip, y'all. Think about gossip, right? Check this out. Check this out. Oh, appreciate it, Nare. Okay, more. Yeah, we're gonna get that done. Yeah, if you emailed it, then we're gonna handle it. All right. So we make some incredible ads, but it's not what we offer them, it's what they believe. Is that a fact? Like with gossip, somebody says something good about somebody, and you'd be like, that's cap. You'd be like, man, they probably making that up. They probably exaggerating. But if they say something bad about the person, we start to believe it. I just now had a situation yesterday where there was just a lot of gossip going on. And the two people that were involved with the gossip, man, it could have went really, really left. That's the way human nature works. A lot of times when we hear something good about something, we kind of skeptical about it. We kind of say to ourselves, I don't know, that they could be making that up. But when we hear something bad, it's almost like we kind of, I don't know. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. What is that, y'all? That's human nature, right? That's human nature. There's something about human nature where we believe bad news and we're skeptical of good news. So if we want somebody to believe, especially when we're in the rapport building stage, which is how we start this whole party, right? We always start off with rapport. So if we want somebody to believe, maybe we use this to our advantage. Maybe we leverage that. How do we do that? Since they probably believe bad news first, maybe we use that as a solution. We can use a little humor. We can use a little exaggeration. But what we can do, y'all, is use this human nature piece to help us make more money, right? So what we can do, we can make statements like this where we start off with the negative. We can say something like, yo, our part-time business won't make you, an Instagram model with millions of fans. That's the bad news, right? That's the bad news. That's the part they're going to believe, but it can grow so you can quit your job and fire your boss. Whoa. So now that we've said the bad thing, they'll jump in and believe the next statement we make. Right? What are our cold prospects thinking when they hear us say something like this? They hear the negative part and they say, yeah, no part-time business in the world could ever do that. You know what? They're telling the truth. Let me listen to this person. You see what I'm saying? Right? We listen to that statement and we say, yeah, that makes sense. I believe your negative statement, therefore, I should be able to believe what you say next. That's what the brain does. It's called heuristics. The brain does all these shortcuts where it does these logic problems. And one of the biggest flaws in the human mind is that if you say two true statements in a row, we're going to believe the third. You see them do that in commercials all the time. Studies show this, and everybody knows this. And so what you need is this. And then we like, well, that first one was true, and that second one makes sense. You know what? Yeah, I think I need that. Right? That's how the human brain, it's one of the biggest flaws in the human brain. If you're in a Kaizen Academy, you've seen that whole training that we do on biases, on emotional intelligence, and the different kinds of biases that exist in our minds, like confirmation bias, where we just look for things that confirm what we already believe, or conviction bias, where when the person's really, really excited about the thing, then what happens is we jump in and we say, well, if they believe it that much, it must be true. They seem so convicted, right? That's a bias in our mind. And the brain does this stuff all the time and tricks us into doing foolishness. That's why I always say you live in the US of A, but it ain't the United States of America. It's the United States of advertisement. You hear what I'm saying to you? What a world. What a world. And so you can use this stuff to your advantage. So right now in the comments, I want you to give your best negative opening statement. The word is heroistics, Pastor Dandridge. It's heroistics, heuristics, heroistics, heuristics, heroistics. So that's something cool to Google. Where can I get your book? Hey, I appreciate you asking. You go to happybirthdayhazik.com, happybirthdayhazik.com. And while they're doing that, I want to see your best negative opening statement. What's your best negative opening statement? Because the way the human mind works, y'all, is if I believe your negative statement, I should be able to believe what you say next. Like our credit score improvement program won't erase your incorrects and outdated and unverifiables overnight, but the results will blow your mind over time. Y'all see what I did there? I started with the negative. Our business credit building system can't get you $100 million like Powerball, but it will guarantee you $50,000 in funding. Y'all see that? What's your best negative opening statement? Let me see it. This phone-based business won't replace your job overnight, but it could, right? You see how I did that? Let me see it. What's your best negative opening statements? You know, as financial consultants, we can't create miracles, but we can make sure your plan is better than inflation, right? As financial consultants, we can't create miracles, but we can make sure your plan is better than your bank account is now, right? We can make sure your plan is better than ignorance, right? So what is your best negative opening statement, right? First, here's the two ways you do it. First, you think to yourself, hey, what do I want to say? And then two, what is some exaggerated thing that it won't do? And that should be really easy for you. Anybody want to try it? I know we kind of out of time. You know what I mean? Having good credit won't save you enough to buy a Rolls Royce, but it will save you enough to go out an extra couple times a month. Yeah. Y'all see what I'm saying? Peaches like just open the portal. I mean, your book. Okay, let me tell y'all real quick what else you get in the birthday bundle. I know we're running out of time, but you're not only going to get my audio book, you're not only going to get my ebook, which are both pretty cool, but you're also going to get a guided meditation that's either going to have you floating or have you crying. Either way, you're going to be crying tears of joy. I've seen it happen over and over and over again. I can read you email after email where it's like, yo, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, my eyes started leaking. That's because a lot of times you ain't been in touch with your dreams since you was a little kid. And when you do this guided meditation, it's going to take you through who you really are. It's going to get kind of existential on you. You'll see, but I narrated myself. Can't wait to see what you think of that. You also get a recording of the affirmations because maybe you miss us one morning. We're about to go do our affirmations right now. Or maybe it's the weekend and you like, I want to get some reps in real quick, so you'll have them recorded. You also get the cheat sheet to the affirmations, which walks you through everything I picture when I'm saying my affirmations. Now, this is just me, right? But I am the guy that was just homeless a few years ago. I was just sleeping in my car. I shouldn't be, living the way I live and, driving Bentley trucks and all of that. It's the odds say that shouldn't be happening. I don't have like my sister. Yeah, she's an Ivy League graduate. She's a doctor. Yeah, she's supposed to be, right. But to God be the glory. Now my sister wants to be an entrepreneur like me. Or my brother wants to be an entrepreneur like me. One time for when the black sheep of the family becomes the goat. Nah, but seriously though, go to happybirthdayhazik.com. You're also getting this training called The Computer versus the Brain. There's also this special book called The Name It and Claim It Game from Miss Helen Hadsell, who holds the Guinness Book of World Records for winning the most lotteries ever, the most sweepstakes ever. She would win so many times her family was bored with it. and she teaches her whole technique. And, I believe that you guys are going to get a lot out of that as well. All right, y'all, it's affirmation time. I hope this was a good free coaching Friday for you. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, King. Enjoy that. Enjoy that. Again, go to happybirthdayhazik.com. You can get the whole birthday bundle. Right now it's affirmation time. Let's get it, y'all. Calling right now on the live line. If you've never done it before, real cool way for you to step your game up. Real cool way for you to step your game up. Recondition your mind so that the path of least resistance happens to be the one of abundance. Let's do some things that make success inevitable instead of a bunch of this crap that makes failure inevitable. You know what I'm saying? All right, love y'all. Repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. I am so happy and grateful